Welcome. This is a presentation from DIY Marketing, where we say, yes, you can. Now, roll up your shirt sleeves and get out your elbow grease. You're going to learn how to become a dynamic DIY marketer.
Hello and welcome everyone. This is Lauren Darr coming to you from DIYmarketing.tv. And today we are going to talk about 5 simple ground rules for your brainstorming sessions. Why would you need some ground rules when you are having a brainstorming session? Well, you need to have them so that you can encourage participation by everyone. This helps keep your meeting moving along, and you will maintain focus during the meeting itself by setting just some simple rules for the brainstorming session. I would encourage you to have these rules posted along with the agenda for your brainstorming session and go over these at the beginning of your brainstorming session. And if you're going to have this over multiple days or multiple periods of time, you might just want to revisit them whenever you reconvene. This helps set the stage for having a productive meeting overall. Number 1 rule is being respectful of time. You have the responsibility of keeping the meeting moving as the facilitator for the meeting itself. If you find that things are getting off on tangents, have a dry erase board or a big post-it note somewhere posted on the side as your parking lot and label it as such. So if people tend to get off on a tangent a little bit too much, you can say, okay, great ideas, but let's set that off on the parking lot because that's not really what we're focusing on today. This also helps you to be able to run the meeting with appropriate start and stop times and keep any breaks that you have built into the brainstorming session running on time also. Rule number 2 for your brainstorming session is participation. And that is that everyone there at the meeting is there for a reason. They are a key stakeholder. And so participation is not only encouraged, but it's expected. And you, as a facilitator, might have to help this along because in any situation, you have different personalities around the table. And those people that tend to be a little more quiet, you might need to pull out of them what their thoughts are, feelings and emotions around a particular topic. And those that are a little more domineering and boisterous during the meeting, you need to rein those people in. This helps to encourage and validate all viewpoints during the brainstorming session itself. And it helps everyone to feel like their thoughts, ideas, and opinions are honored and respected during the meeting. Rule number 3 for your brainstorming sessions is that all electronic devices should be turned off. I know in today's technology age and with cell phones and devices, that's really difficult, but this can be really distracting. And having interruptions like this, phones ringing or iPads binging and things like that, it can really ruin the motion of a meeting. And just as you're on the brink of having a breakthrough or an epiphany of an idea, somebody's cell phone will ring and then boom, the idea and the thought process is interrupted and gone. So you want to turn those electronic devices off and tell people it's fine to visit those devices when we are on break. And some people go so far as to having a drop-in basket where all of those devices are dropped into a basket and you kind of take those away. That depends obviously on the group and the people that are participating, whether you feel comfortable doing that or not. Rule number 4 for rules for brainstorming is to check your badge at the door. What I mean by this is everyone is an equal level partner during the brainstorming session itself. All opinions and viewpoints are validated and considered to have equal footing. There are no ideas during a brainstorming session that are too big or too small, and you don't want to have naysaying. So, Everyone is to be treated with the utmost respect and appreciation at all times during the brainstorming session, and this is in that spirit of equality so that everyone feels welcome and validated. So, rule number 5 during your brainstorming session is go a little nuts. It is a brainstorming session after all. So I want you to have fun with ideas and pulling those ideas out of people and letting them get a little bit wacky with their thoughts and their processes. You know, you have to rein that in. But when someone comes up with an idea that seems to be a little bit too far one way or the other, it usually can spur something that comes up with the most creative idea and may lead to your next major breakthrough or your next major money maker. So use these tools and use your creative devices during your meetings, like your pens, your markers, your Post-it notes, all of those kinds of things, to encourage that creativeness and that energy of getting a little wacky and going a little nuts to spur the creativity of the group. So, if you have any questions or comments about this and brainstorming in general, feel free to put those in on our website. But a couple tools that you might be interested in is we have a poster that you can download and print out, and whatever size suits you for your brainstorming session, on what these 5 simple ground rules are. And another tool is we have a brainstorming booklet that might be helpful to you also. So thank you for joining me today for 5 simple ground rules for brainstorming, coming to you from DIYmarketing.tv.
This has been a presentation of DIY Marketing. Thank you for joining us. Now get out there and market, because oh yes, you most certainly can.